Hi everybody, it's been a while. This video might be interesting to anybody who uses a Target Omni dartboard surround or anyone who's into darts. Now this isn't about the surround itself. There's a ton of videos out there and some really good ones on how to put it together, which is quite simple with some screws. This is about additional things you might want to do. There's not many videos covering these topics in detail, or at least the detail I'm about to give you, and somebody might find that useful. Anyway, let me show you what I propose to do. Now on my dartboard setup, and when I install this back in the garage, I will show you how I've got it set up. I do not use a dartboard surround. So a lot of people talk about calibration and how this can be knocked because it's held on solely by magnets, and I can see how that would happen. And when you have a dartboard surround squeezing against these legs, that might well help, but it still doesn't fix it in place. So what I propose to do, I've 3D printed these little blocks, 37 millimeters in the middle, which fit very snugly around the foot, if you can see that there. They fit very snugly. So if I super glue that onto the board in its location, this will slot exactly into position. So this won't be able to rotate if it's knocked. And that might help with the calibration. Now, if you use a dartboard surround, you easily obviously slip these legs in between the board and surround. And my design here is about 3 to 4 millimeters at the top. So you might not be able to squeeze 4 more millimeters all the way around, but you could design this to have a 1 or 2 millimeter profile at the top. So I think it would easily slip around and still accommodate your surround. So I think that's quite a good idea. We'll see if that works in practice. The second one, which everyone seems to be doing, is I 3D printed these because, as you know, this is a 500-pound dartboard surround. So if you occasionally fling a dart out, you will catch these legs. So there are a lot of files online. This is the profile for the leg, which snaps onto the leg like this, clips on like that. And I modified the camera shroud and bored out a hole there, so when that slips on, that will clip on there. So then when you're throwing, at least here and here, you won't catch it. I'm sure there are covers for the ring, but you know, we'll see if that's needed at a later date. I've not got into that because that's probably going to be a bit more complicated. So that should cover those things, so that's a good one. And the final one, which is still a work in progress, and I'll probably have to do another video to see how it turned out, is when it comes to people talking about the processor and cooling. Now, you can't see many detailed videos on what we're actually talking about, so I'll show you this one. So the processor unit has a lot of venting holes, and it looks like there's a heat sink of some description inside there, and venting holes on this side. So what I've done, and again, I can't finish it today because I'm still waiting for delivery of fans from China. But what I've designed was this, see if this makes sense. I designed this little unit here. There's a little box in the middle, so there's a volume of air. So I propose to bolt a 50 millimeter 2-inch fan on top here with a cover. So it'd be something like this. And on the back, I've created a friction fit. So this, let's see if I can do this. This fan will plug onto the unit like so. And the fan will blow cool air into the unit. You can access the power on that side. And there's another plug on this side. Hopefully I've put the cutout in the right place. Oh, barely. Ooh, I might have to redesign that. I think it'll fit. If it fits, it's fine. Anyway, so there's the other plug. The fan will be bolted on the front with this cover. And when I get the fan, I will do a temperature reading on what temperature this unit gets up to without the fan, and then I will plug the fan on and see how many degrees that reduces the temperature. And we'll do a quick video, I think in the next 4 or 5 days when it arrives, to see how we get on. Anyway, I'm going to go out to the garage and install all this, and then I'll show you it in place. Well, here it is. Please don't judge my dart setup. I've got to use the space to do many other things. Anyone who watches my videos would know that. So anyway, here it is. So I've glued the blocks in, which holds, this literally can't rotate. I've got the cover on the arm. I've got the camera guards on. So that's on all 4 legs here. And when the fan arrives, I will do a little video to see how we get on with that. Anyway, I'm going to connect this up and see if everything works. So hopefully someone's found some of those ideas handy. What do you think?